Hello and welcome to task 65. In this task, we're going to learn about the concept of sub-assemblies, which is the process of building one part, building another part, and joining them together in one larger assembly. So that can also be called a multi-part build. That's what we're working on today. So we're going to start by just looking at the assignment. As you will have noticed in Schoology, you're going to engrave your name on the large arm. We're going to make sure we build the large arm assembly and submit a screenshot of that with our name and the mates visible. We're going to create a small arm assembly and create a screenshot where the mates are visible. And then we're going to create the larger final assembly by joining the large arm and the small arm, and you can even preview the animation in Onshape, which should be pretty fun. And again, we're going to submit a screenshot of the final assembly with your name visible, the mates, and the revolute degrees also visible. So with that in mind, let's get started. You're going to find a starter file in Shared with me. Look for Task 65 Starter File, a multi-part build. Once you have found your file, you can copy the workspace and save it in your classwork folder as usual. And put your own name on it. I'm going to call it Mrs. Ayala. And once we have our workspace, the first thing that we're going to do is etch our name into the large arm. So the large arm is this gray piece, the small arm is the light blue piece. Let me start a new sketch on the face of the large arm. And I'm just going to go ahead and find a small area where I can put my name like that. You guys are really good at putting your name on things. I thought since this was kind of a funny shape, we'll do it together. We've had a lot of very geometric projects with our blocks, but this is a different shape. I think I'm going to go for about a little less than half the size. And let me see if I can place it relative to, say, the top point here. Okay. Maybe I can place this relative to maybe an end point here. Okay, so now I have constrained my name. I can accept it. I'll do a quick extrude with a remove. I'm only going to go in a couple of millimeters. And I've now etched my name on the big arm. You should do that too. The next step is going to be using this Add tab symbol to create a new assembly. And once we get that Assembly 1 tab, let's right click on it. We're going to rename it so that we'll be able to refer to the different sub-assemblies that we're building. So let me rename to large arm sub-assembly. Great. Next, let's insert the pieces that we need. So we're actually going to start by inserting only the large arm and the large arm pin. Like this and this. And we are going to need more pieces, but we're not going to put them in at first. We're just going to put in the large arm and the pin. I just clicked to place the image, and I'm going to accept this change. We have these two pieces, these two parts, and we want them to be grouped together. We want them to basically function as a single unit. So we're going to use the group function. If you don't, this is it actually. If you don't see it, it might be in a menu with some of these items. So I'm going to use group, and then in the sidebar here, I'm going to select the large arm and the pin, and those are the two pieces that I want grouped together. I can check here to accept this grouping, and now if I move the arm around, the pin goes with it. They are grouped as one larger object, which is just what we want. So next we're actually going to insert some more pieces. What we're working toward is the sub-assembly of the large arm should look like this. So as you can see, we're going to need this red piece here, we're going to need the other side of the arm, and we're going to need another yellow pin. So let's insert all of those pieces. The red piece is the large arm grip. We need another large arm, and we need another large arm pin. So now that we have those pieces inserted, I'm just going to put them over here for now. We can accept, and we will keep going. I think before I go further, I'm just going to take this arm that we worked on already and right click on the center circle here, and we're going to move to origin, and we're going to fix. So that is sort of our starting point for building everything. Next, we are going to do a mate. We're going to use the revolute mate to join the grip with the arm. So as you do that, you want to be sure that you are taking a close look and you're aiming for what's called the collar of this piece. So this is the part we want. We don't want the face of this pin. We don't want the circumference here of the pin. We don't want this little bit of a cylinder side. We want right here where basically the pin meets the almost this cube shape. So once you get the collar, you can click on it. Great. And then you're going to want to zoom out and find the other side of your arm. This is the arm that we fixed in place. And I'm just going to zoom in so I can really see what I'm doing. I want this edge here. So I don't want, again, the inside of a cylinder. I don't want the face of the arm. I want to just grab the edge where the pin is, where that grip is going to end up meeting up with the arm. So let's see, how do we look here? I think that looks good. They definitely look joined. Okay, so we can, if you are feeling good about it, you can accept your change. And since this is a revolute mate, it can be animated. You actually really should animate it now, because that will help you see if you did the mate correctly. You'll know pretty quickly once you start. So I'm going to choose, I right click on my revolute mate here in the sidebar. I'm going to click on animate, and I'm going to press this play button. And if you see your grip rotating like this, that means you did a good job and your revolute mate was successful. Great. All right, next we want to join this pin with this arm. Let's get the fastened mate. I'm going to zoom in and look for the collar of the pin. Then I'm going to turn things around and look for the edge of the hole here. And that looks good. Let me check the isometric view. Great, I think that looks good. So we will accept the fasten mate. These pins should be flush with the end of the arm. Finally, we're going to join this side of the arm with one of the pins, and then we'll have a completed sub-assembly, right? So let's use fasten mate again. I'm going to turn things around. And again, let me zoom in and find the collar, right? Not this piece, but the collar of this pin. And that's going to join up with this hole here, right at the edge of the hole. Let's see how things look. I think that looks good. So we can accept our mate. And we have a large arm that looks just like the large arm in the assignment. So at this point, you can take a screenshot. You need to first make sure that all of your mates are visible. So once you have turned them all on, go ahead and take a screenshot, make sure your name is visible, and you can submit your screenshot to Schoology. Good luck with the project. I'm going to give you the next subassembly in the next video. So you are about 1/3 done with the project, 2 parts left to go.